One of the things you guys have really focused on is the adherence of your patients. So, moving into more of a higher percentage of sync patients and then adherence packaging as well. When did that become a focus, and what was kind of step one?
So this was before Tanner came on board, but back prior to the pandemic, we had signed up with Paula Butler, one of our pharmacists. We decided we were going to sign up for the fellowship or the Flip the Pharmacy. We were part of CPSN and went ahead and wrote a grant proposal for Southwest Missouri, and we were working with I don't know, probably six other pharmacies in Southwest Missouri, trying to provide coaching and all of us working together to increase, to meet all the metrics that Flip the Pharmacy brought forth. One of those was, working on MedSync. This was even before we implemented Pioneer. I felt like there was some things we needed to work on. I hear the story and you hear it too. It's so hard to, keep people synced up and to you think you got MedSync all put together and then it falls apart and, you got one person running it and, that we pretty much all heard all the excuses, but we went through that whole process as well. And we just made a decision that we're going to start making some changes. One of the first things we did is we put Pioneer in. We also put in one of the rapid pack machines to help us with adherence packaging. And I set up a whole area in the back of our pharmacy, which was a warehouse, which is now our MedSync area. And we decided this is what we're going to do. Now, we also decided we're going to do, it's kind of a central fill type model, where we started saying everything that's, high dollar. And if someone's got more than, I think it was 5 medicines, we're going to look at them and try to make them medication synchronization right off the bat, talking to them, but also make them central fill so we can save on our inventory at our other stores, as well as the extra labor that would be involved in having to do all that. So we did it all here centrally. And again, just not very far apart. This was, still just as we were hearing about the word coronavirus, we were putting this together. And of course, we implemented everything at the end of the year prior to the coronavirus. And then, everything just kind of went crazy. But I will say, I'm so glad we did, because that set us up to move forward. So, CPSN caused us to start thinking about it. Pioneer, with the extra abilities to do things, our prior software wasn't up to par to what we needed it to be. And all the differences between the different softwares. But Pioneer was the most robust system we could find to say, if we're going to go all in, we're going to go all in. And, and so I'm the type of guy that, if you're standing on a bridge and, or, someplace where you can just touch the water with one foot, I jump in with both feet or dive in and try to find what's down there and start swimming. And that's kind of what we did. And it was a little scary. And to be honest with you, all the changes was pretty overwhelming for a little while. But we all got our feet on the ground and started running. And there was a lot of things. And I will say that Tanner, while he was in pharmacy school, we were talking about the changes. And he's like, Dad, I think Pioneer needs to be the thing he said, I'm planning on coming to work and we need to have Pioneer. And I don't remember if you were part of the rapid pack discussion, but I told him what was going on. I don't think he knew a lot about what we were doing, but he does now. But just all the extra things. And by the way, he had a really good rotation with Trip Logan down in Southeast Missouri. Trip's a great friend of mine and has always been an inspiring owner. But, recently we started adding community health workers, and they're helping with, over the last few years. And they started helping with our MedSync process. And a lot of our patients have social determinants of health that need to be identified. And try to work through, whether it be finances or not being able to get into the pharmacy to pick up their meds or whatever. So, it's been a whirlwind since, the pandemic just, put more things on top of what we were already planning on doing. But it really did speed us up, because I was thinking, oh, we'll implement this and we'll do this, a little bit later. But we realized if we're going to do it, we got to jump in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we jumped in and we started swimming. Nobody drowned. There were, a few people that are like, man, this is crazy. But we made it happen. Not everything was perfect. I did also use another one of your guests that you've had on your show prior, Travis Wolf, to kind of help me stay focused and put this program together on some of the things that we did. I've so many people throughout the nation that I've spoken to or consulted with have helped us stay moving in the right direction. And again, sometimes we veer off or whatever, but we remain positive, because it's so easy in today's pharmacy environment to get so negative and say, it's done, I'm going to quit, I'm out of here. But, having him and my daughter here have kept me focused. I want to build something for the future for this community and for them to be able to carry that legacy on. Again, first generation owner here, second generation, hopefully owner here. But, who knows what will happen. I would love to see independent community pharmacy continue. We all know it's much different than it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. But there's still some really, really good things going on in community pharmacy here in Neosho.